If you really want to get into even more Zappa and go down a rabbit hole, the University of Hawaii, Hilo, I think is what it's called, Hilo. They have a bunch of YouTube videos where every year they put on a Zappa performance. Their conductor is a hardcore Zappa fan, and their performances are great. His arrangements are amazing. There's a documentary on YouTube called Zappa U about their shows, and then a bunch of their shows are on YouTube. Highly recommend them. Check them out. Yeah, that's it. All right. Hello, welcome back. I'm Shaggy, the opinionated hippie. I am continuing to rank and review every single Frank Zappa album released while he was alive, and right now we are on number 30, Sleep Dirt. I forgot what it was. It took a while to get this one out because the next four, 31, 32, and 33, and 30, I had a hard time kind of figuring out which one should be 30 as opposed to 34, etc., etc. Did a bunch of analytics and broke it down song by song and did some statistical density type stuff, and then just flat out realized that Sleep Dirt I want to listen to more than I want to listen to number 31 and then 32 and 33. But these are all really, really close. And ultimately, it kind of came down to primacy and immediacy, the first and last track, and then ultimately which ones did not sound like the 1984 band. So we are on Sleep Dirt. There is a deep, deep, deep rabbit hole you can go down on this album. If you like this album and really want to get into like some craziness, Google it, do some internet research. But this album essentially comes from three different sources in a weird sort of way. So Frank was pushed off the stage in 71, broke his leg, and was stuck in a wheelchair. In 72, he wrote, or at least started to write, a musical that took place in space, right? I think, called Hutchintoot. And some of the songs on this come from Hutchintoot. Flambe, Spider of Destiny, and Time is Money. All are definitely Hutchintoot tracks. Out in the internet over the years, I've seen lists. I know Planet of My Dreams from Them or Us also comes from Hutchintoot. And I've seen a track listing that had Egyptian Strut, which is on this album, as sort of the opener, like the fanfare overture. And I've seen it where Cheapness is the closing track, the song that is on Roxy and Elsewhere, and You Can't Do That on Stage Volume 2. So I don't know, but maybe that's it. So three of these tracks come from Hutchintoot. Another song, The Grand Wazoo, the title track from The Grand Wazoo, which was originally called Think It Over, that is also from Hutchintoot, and it originally had lyrics, though it was only ever performed without lyrics, both on the Grand Wazoo tour and then on the album. So anyways, that's those three songs. There are three other songs which were all supposed to be part of a double LP called Night of the Iron Sausage. Filthy Habits was supposed to be on there. Sleep Dirt and The Ocean is the Ultimate Solution. Great title, by the way. All instrumentals, all pretty much guitar solo based songs. But that never happened. That became Zoot Allures instead. So then Frank was going to put together yet another album called Leather, Lather. That was going to be a 4 album set. And all of these songs were on there except Time is Money was not on there and Sleep Dirt were not on there. Filthy Habits was on there, slightly shorter, about a minute shorter. A much shorter version of Flambe was on there, and a much shorter version of The Ocean is the Ultimate Solution was on there. That never happened. That album was broken into 4 different pieces, all of which are now on this list. Studio Tan, which I think was 17 on my list. Orchestral Favorites, which was maybe 19, I think. I don't have it around. Zappa in New York, which I just did a couple albums ago, and now Sleep Dirt. This is Frank's first all-instrumental album. Came out in January 79. It is 7 tracks. The aforementioned Filthy Habits, which is probably the best opening track of any song on any album Frank has. There are better songs that are opening tracks, like Inca Roads is a better song, but I don't think Inca Roads is a better opening track. This is sort of like Black Sabbath meets King Crimson. It's sort of like starts off with this almost sounds like a door opening and letting out or letting you into like all the evil, filthy things that are going on. Great riff, great solo, some great keyboard work by Frank. Terry Bozzio on drums is ridiculous. Just a phenomenal, evil, dark sounding song. Listen to the song, and then to ruin the evilness of this song, when Frank played this live in, I want to say 75 and 76, fall 75, winter 76, the opening songs were Stinkfoot, the Poodle Lecture, which is about shaving a poodle and doing stuff to a poodle, Dirty Love, which became part of What You Did to a Poodle, and then Filthy Habits, which then became part of Dirty Love and the Poodle. So Filthy Habits is about animal stuff. Yeah, that'll really ruin this for you. But ignore that fact and enjoy what is one of Frank's darkest tracks ever. This is followed by two Hutch and two tracks, Flambe and Spider of Destiny. Flambe, I think, is the most theatrical of them all. It is very, you feel like you're in a community center theater play, maybe, or even on Broadway. Spider of Destiny is more pop-oriented. Frank's guitar takes sort of the lead melody on this, and it's sort of it has a pop emphasis to it. And this is followed by Egyptian Strut, which is just a magnificent, powerful march. One of Frank's great early career instrumentals. This was actually played on, it was called Variant Processional March 1 or Variant 1 Processional March. This was on one of the Wazoo tours, an early version of this. And then it kind of disappeared and then it popped up on this album. Great song, a great underappreciated instrumental classic. It was going to be the opening track on Leather, which I think would have been the second greatest opening track of any song. It works great as an opening track. I love it. That's side one. Side two opens up with Time is Money, which is the more modern of these tracks. Kind of sounds like something Frank would have written for the Steve Vai, Mars, Ed Mann, 81, 82 bands. Has one of those Maggio, Drowning Witch instrumental section parts. Kind of sounds like their version of Envelopes, just that very, these kind of lines that kind of crisscross and weave back and forth across each other, but a very, definitely different than like Egyptian Strut or any of the other songs. This is followed by Sleep Dirt, which is a rarity in the Frank canon. It is an acoustic solo jam, essentially. James Bird Legs Human plays just this really simple, repetitive riff on the acoustic guitar, and Frank just solos over it until at one point Human's fingers get stuck and the solo ends. It's about 3.5 minutes long, just beautiful, just straightforward, simple Frank guitar playing. And then the album ends with 13 minutes of The Ocean is the Ultimate Solution. Apparently there was like a 35-minute jam with Frank and Bozzio, and I'm not sure whether it was Patrick O'Hearn or Dave Parlato. There's an interview out there where Bozzio claims it was Parlato, but I've seen set lists that say it's O'Hearn. If you know for sure, comment down below and let me know. Kind of sounds like it could be O'Hearn, but then it doesn't sound like O'Hearn, so I don't know. But either way, it's an amazing, so it's a 35-minute jam apparently in real time. Frank edited that down to 13 minutes, put some overdubs on it, and kind of made it this magnificent sort of, kind of a 3-part jam with this sort of acoustic intro jam, and then a middle part where it's just Frank and the drums, and then this ending, which is just a straight electric guitar solo that feels like it's going to end like at the 10-minute mark. Bozzio's drums have this very halting start-stop, almost feel like they're slowing down and they pick back up, this sort of give and take feel. And even as someone who knows the solo as well as I do, I'm always fooled by, oh yeah, we're wrapping it up. Oh no, it's got another minute. Oh no, and it just keeps going and going, and it's phenomenal. But yeah, it's a really good album. The reason it's so far down on this list is because I first heard it when Frank released it on CD, and he had found a woman named Thana Harris, who was Bob Harris's wife. Bob Harris, who was in the band in 80. And she recorded the vocals for the songs, for the Hutchintoot songs. So Flambe, Spider of Destiny, and Time is Money have vocals. And they're not bad vocals. The vocals are phenomenal, but the words, yeah, I don't really care for the words. They are this science fiction, fantasy, space thing. I'll maybe try to put some of them up on here in a second so you can see what some of these lyrics are. But I can't unhear them. So when I listen to these instrumentals, which I think are really good instrumentals, I just can't not hear the vocals, and I think they're much better as instrumentals than they are as vocals. And I think Flambe is the weakest of them, and it's the second song on this. So all of the momentum that that Filthy Habits has is ruined by Flambe. I think if Time is Money had been after Filthy Habits, that momentum probably would have continued. But as is the sequencing, I'm not a big fan of. But for the most part, it is number 30, but it is a great album regardless. Like, you have to check it out just for the opening and closing tracks because those are phenomenal. And yeah, that's it, man. So check out Sleep Dirt. I love it. Let me know if you've checked it out, what you think of it. Comment down below. Subscribe to this channel. Be safe. It's almost Thanksgiving here. And all that stuff, man. So yeah, enjoy. Bye. Thanks for watching. Peace.